Greetings, everyone. I'm giving you this live clip, and it's going to be still at the end of this video, just to tell you that I'm big and bad and bold, and I'm going to speak the truth, regardless of who it offends. Now, let us talk about Jamaica, Jamaicans, and African people in general. Okay? Now, I'm from Jamaica, as some of you know, and I absolutely love that place. We often hear that Jamaica is very beautiful, and there's something very special about the country. When you go there, the energy that is in that space really is very powerful. The people of Jamaica, for the most part, many are very talented, and there are many diamonds in the rough. Having said that, I want to also say that the reason why a lot of Jamaicans leave Jamaica and do not go back is because they see the other side of that beauty, the devilish side, the lying and stealing side, the part where you have to stop and say to yourself as a Black person that, listen, if you're not careful, you denounce your own race. Let me tell you, when you deal with some Jamaicans, and I'm ashamed that I even have to say some, because a lot of them are not very smart. They're not working with a full deck. So you have to always make these announcements. If what I'm saying about Jamaicans are not true, or if I'm saying it and it's not true about you, then you don't have to take it personal. But let me tell you, I have never seen a set of people, and I didn't say all Jamaicans, the ones I'm talking about, who are so dishonest. This is why you have families leave Jamaica and disassociate themselves from family. You see, sometimes these old women or these old men walking around, and you hear they have kids, and all of a sudden you hear these kids are so wicked, because a lot of them are very wicked. Some very wicked parents and some evil family members. And I don't want to go into the whole story of the trauma and the whole story about blah, 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 blah. Because guess what? The very people who we hear colonized our people, the ones we often look at sometimes with negativity, sometimes they're better to be around. Let me tell you, let me give you some concrete example. Working for a Jamaican is one of the worst things that the average person could do. So if you are that one Jamaican that honor and respect and is kind to your employees, pick up you. But for the average person living overseas, the worst thing you could do is work for a Jamaican. They're so dishonest, they're so thief that they'll want you to work like you're on a plantation. I don't know why they're like this. Now, me, I've worked for all Canadian companies, and I've always worked for, what is called Fortune 500 companies. When I branched out on my own as an entrepreneur, and I wanted to work with my people, my Jamaican people, they were so disgusting. They were so lied. They were so thief. They would want to see me work an entire week and not pay me. And I was so committed. As you all know, my channel was built on coming out here and championing the cause of our people until I became delusional or disillusioned, because I was delusional to think that I could change the landscape for our people. Marcus Garvey was not able to do it. He left brokenhearted. Bob Marley was really able to do it because while he was, and to this day, he was a living legend and still a legend to this day. He wasn't able to make any breakthrough with them. In fact, they disrespected him, calling him Dirty Rasta Man and all these things. And I say man because I'm sure they were referring to him as boy. When we tell the story out there about our people and our island, sometimes the pride that goes with boasting that we have the legend like Usain Bolt, and we have these great singers, and why the great Jamaicans, no matter how famous they are, a lot of time they want to run away and hide because most of them no good. I'm so over it. I'm so over this. When you're trying to make money or you're trying to build or to grow, the worst person to associate with for the most part is another Jamaican. Listen, I don't care who I offend. It's the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. And I don't care who want to take this and put it in their pipe and smoke it, because that's the aim. Jamaicans, for the most part, are the most disrespectful people. Go home and look at their customer service. No manners, no respect, no boundaries. Okay? All Jamaicans? Of course not. I'm a Jamaican, but the truth must be told. And when I look at this and I say to myself, who would you rather stay with or hang around? Your own that will destroy you? Not that other people won't, but I'd rather other people do it to me than my own. It's just not a nice thing. And I've shared with you on this platform how my own blood relatives did horrible things to me. Witchcraft, stealing from me, and just horrible, horrible human beings. And people who I trusted, who knew when I was vulnerable and knew what happened to me and how many years it took me to get over that betrayal, still did the same thing to me. I don't trust none of them that I cannot see in front of my eyes. So as much as Jamaica is a beautiful land of wood and water, listen, if you even look at the ones who are running the country, you can see how devilish they are. Demons. They will go behind your back and plot and plan with your enemy. But the enemy is not really those who are outside. The enemy is them, the blood, the associates, the community. You try to go to Jamaica and see your building, because I've seen a lot of persons so delusional to think they can fix these ones, and they go build a community center, go build a school, go build whatever, and see if they don't manage to turn against you. The more you try to do good, the more they will dislike you. Now, we're not talking about individuals who are doing good in our neighborhood, but they're, rude and disrespectful, and they still have to be called out. We're talking about people who really sacrifice everything, those who are working behind the scenes, not the charity people that you see on social media who get rich from charity. Don't let them fool you. Anybody you see who's out there claiming that they're saving the poor and whatever, and their wealth is growing as a result of it. I'm not talking about those ones. I'm talking about people who are really doing the work, grassroots root work, and changing the landscape and changing lives. These ones are often treated like nothing. Nobody really respects the ones who are really doing the work, sending kids to school, feeding families, doing all these things, and none of you don't even know their name because you don't respect them. Unless wealth is associated to that type of charity, you all don't like them. And you all don't like people who speak the truth. The person who speaks the truth is the enemy. Let me tell you, I'm disgusted. So if you're in North America or Europe, for example, and you're a nurse, in the hospital, it's toxic. These Jamaican nurses, and I'm sure they do it in Jamaica too, always fighting against each other. Every other Jamaican in these spaces are coming together, getting jobs for each other. But the truth is, you might bring another Jamaican to your workplace and they cause you to lose your job. So I can understand now why some people do not look out for their own people in their own community. It's disgusting. Let's keep it real now. Let's talk about this. Listen, when I come out and I do the videos with the other stories and the mix up, people say you chat too much. But when I do videos like this, they don't come to speak. They don't share the truth. You're dealing with it in your household, whether your man, your pitney, your neighbor, your friends. Oh my gosh, it's horrible. I would rather starve than luck in a job with a Jamaican, because the likelihood of being paid on time or likelihood of being appreciated for what I do is slim to none. When I work for these different people from different nations, I can guarantee if my job is paying me and I'm getting paid on a Thursday, midnight, that money is going to go in. So when you see white folks, continue to dominate, or, the Asians continue to dominate, even if they're paying you cheap in Jamaica, they're paying you on time. Bad mind, that's what I call bad mind. When you want to get someone to work for you and you grow your wealth and you don't even want to allow them to be able to survive. That is horrible. So I love the country and I like some Jamaican people, but there's some I stay far away from. No apologies. Stay blessed, everyone.